Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Automate with Selenium series. I am Krishan Chawla and in this video we will be talking about WebDriver commands in Selenium. WebDriver commands are extremely important to create Selenium tests, hence it is really important to master these commands. Being an important concept, we will be going through each and every command in detail, practically divided into two different parts. Now, let's look into today's agenda. In this video, we will understand what are WebDriver commands in Selenium, the different categories of WebDriver commands, browser commands and navigation commands. Now, let's start with what are Selenium commands. Selenium commands are specifically used in the Selenium WebDriver framework for testing the application in a web browser. Typically, these commands perform what a user generally does on a web application. These WebDriver commands are divided into three categories: browser commands, navigation commands, and web element commands. In this video, we will be looking into browser and navigation commands. So, what are browser commands? Typical browser operations includes opening a browser, performing certain actions, closing browser, etc. WebDriver provides various commands that allow us to perform specific browser actions, which we are going to go through one by one in detail. Coming up to the browser commands, this is the list of all the browser commands available in Selenium WebDriver with their respective parameter and return type. Starting up with get method is used to open a URL on a browser instance. This method accepts a string parameter that is going to be a URL and returns a void value, that is no value. Now let's see practically how this method is used. Now I'll start by creating a new package and name it as WebDriver commands. We'll create a new class, browser commands, and start by creating a new method. But before that, we'll need a Chrome browser instance. So what I have done is I've created a method that will provide me a WebDriver instance every time I call this get Chrome instance method. Now let's create a new method, public void annotated with @test, just to make sure this is a test. Now we'll get an instance of Chrome driver, as I have already created a method. So I'll just go ahead and WebDriver driver is equals to get Chrome instance. This method will actually return me an instance of Chrome driver. Now, as we discussed, we'll be using get method to open a URL. So we'll type driver and get. This is the method we were talking about. This accepts a string parameter and returns void, that means no value. So we'll go ahead and pass a string that is going to be a URL. So I'll say http practice.testing.com. Now what this method is going to do is, once we receive an instance from this get Chrome instance, it will open this URL on the browser instance. Let's try executing this method using right click and run. Now as you can see, the browser instance opened up with practice.testing.com. This is because of the get method. This is our first method from the browser commands. Now Coming up to the second one, that is get current URL. This method fetches the current URL which is there on the browser instance. This method accepts no parameter and returns a string value that is going to be the URL on the browser instance. Now let's get back to our IntelliJ and see how this method works, or how this method is actually called. Now here we'll create a new test again and name it as tc2 get current URL method. Now again we'll get the driver instance using WebDriver get Chrome instance. This will actually return me an Chrome driver instance to the driver variable. Now once I type driver and press dot, I'll be able to see all the commands available, and this command comes from the WebDriver library as well, or the WebDriver class as well. So it is going to be get current URL. As you can see, this method accepts no parameter but returns a string value which is going to be the current URL. So I'll go ahead, double click this method, but before that we have received the instance but we never opened up any URL. So what I am going to do is driver.get, which we just discussed earlier. We'll open a URL. Now the URL is going to be slightly different just to ensure we are able to fetch the right URL. So I'll say testingadda.com this time. Now as this is going to return a string value, I'll get the value in a string variable. So it is going to be URL. Now let's try printing this URL using sout current browser URL, and I'll print the URL. Now let's try executing this method using right click and run. So as you can see, the browser instance opened up and it is trying to open a URL. As you can see, the URL is open as well, testingadda.com, and one test case passed. I'll go ahead, close this Chrome instance and see the result. Because we did console output, system.out.println sends a console output. So I'll go to my test case, that is tc2 get current URL method, and scroll down. Now you can see current browser URL is testingadda.com. This is what get current URL method does. Let's go to the next one. The next one is get title. So as the name suggests, get title actually fetches up the title from the browser instance. So whatever website is open up, if you do get title method, it will fetch out the title which is there on the web browser. Let's try this. Let's go back to the IntelliJ and try this using, again, create a new method, public void tc3. This is going to be get title method. Now again, I'll take the WebDriver instance using WebDriver. Driver is equals to get Chrome instance. Now driver.get, I'll open practice website, practice.testingadda.com. Now we'll try to get the URL, or actually we'll try to get the title, string title. Now again, we will see driver dot, we'll be able to see the get title method. Now you can see get title method accepts no parameter but returns a string value. So again, we'll get title. We'll not pass any parameter because this method does not accept any parameter, but this will actually return a string value. So I've accepted that value in a title variable. So what this method is going to return, it is going to return whatever title is there on the browser instance. So I'll go ahead, try printing this variable, title variable, current web title, and I'll pass the title variable. Now let's try executing this method using right click and run. Now as you can see, on this browser instance, we can see the title is testing -practice area. That means when we did get title, it should actually return the string. Let's close this browser instance and see tc3 get title method and see the console output. So you can see current web title is testing -practice area. This is what get title method does. Now let's go to the next one, which is going to be get page source. As the name suggests, again, this returns the page source of whatever page is open on a browser instance. This method accepts no parameter and returns a string value. So what it is going to return, it is going to return a string value of the complete page source, whichever page is open on a web browser instance. Now let's go back to our IntelliJ and try executing this method with @test public void tc4 get page source method. Again, we'll take a WebDriver instance. Driver is equals to new Chrome driver instance. Oh, we don't need to do it because we already created a method. So I'll get Chrome instance. Now I'll open a URL. Probably we'll do it on our main website, that is http testing@da.com. Now what we'll do is we'll again accept the value in a string variable, because get page source returns a string value. So we'll do page source as a variable name and driver dot, as you can see, get page source. This method accepts no parameter but actually returns a string value. So I'll do get page source. Now I must receive the page source inside the page source variable. Now let's try printing this value on console. So sout, let's not print anything and directly print the page source. Now let's try executing this method again using right click and run and see what is the output from this get page source method. As you can see, the browser instance opened up and it opened with a testing@da.com website. We'll go ahead, close this browser instance, and now scroll through the console output tc4 get page source method passed. As you scroll down, you will be able to see the complete page source, right? This is what get page source method does. So to recall, this method accepts no parameter but returns a string value that is going to be your page source of whichever page you opened up in the browser instance. So in my case, it was testing@da.com. So coming up to the next command, that is going to be close and quit. We will be looking into these methods or the commands side by side because they are similar in nature. So the close command terminates the current browser window, whereas the quit command terminates all the browser windows that are associated to a specific WebDriver instance. Both of these methods accepts no parameter and returns void, that means no value. One thing we need to understand that both of these commands only work on WebDriver instances or the browser instances which are managed by WebDriver. To understand practically, let's open a website on Chrome browser. So we'll go ahead and open a website. Here, if you click on this button, it opens up a window. This window is actually associated to this browser. So we'll understand technically, we'll be using this website to understand the difference between close method and the quit method. So let's copy the URL and go back to our IntelliJ. Let's create a new method with @test public void tc5 close method. So we'll be looking into close method first and then we'll move on to quit method. So let's take the WebDriver instance, get Chrome instance, driver.get. I'll get the URL of the website which I just copied. So it is going to be this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button and now try using close command on this browser instance or this WebDriver instance and see the behavior of Selenium. So I'm going to take out the path for this button so I can click on it. So what I can see here is I can probably create a XPath quickly using driver.findElement by XPath. I'll be using XPath. Now this is input, type is button, and I'm using value. Value is open a new window. This is it. This is my locator for this button. So we are going to click on this button. I'll go ahead and click. Now what we want to do is this must open a window. What I'll do is I'll driver.close. Now let's see how this method behaves, but before that I'll go ahead close all the Chrome browser instances which I have so we can actually identify what it does. But before that I'll also add thread.sleep so we can understand, so it is not actually too fast to go through. So I'll add 3 seconds of delay here. Now let's try executing this method using right click and run. So as you can see, the Chrome browser instance actually launched up and it opened up the URL. One test case failed. Now this failed due to the selector. Okay, so what mistake I did is I didn't use @ before the attribute. Now let's try executing this method again using right click and run and see the behavior. It opened up a web browser instance and opened up a new window, as you can see. Now it will wait for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Now as you can see, the secondary window which opened up by clicking a button is still there, but our main window is closed. This is because the close method only works on the current browser window. So once it clicked on this button, it actually didn't change the reference to the driver. This driver still has the reference of current window. I mean the window which we opened up, this URL. So that is why it actually closed the main window and didn't close the secondary window. Now again, see this behavior using the quit command. We'll just copy this method again and we'll mark it as quit command and name it as tc6. Now the only thing we are going to change here is quit, and try executing this method again using right click and run. Now let's see the behavior. The last time the secondary window did not close, but the main window actually closed up because the driver had the reference of the main window. Now this is the second method, which is with quit. Now as you can see, the browser instance is actually closed up. That means all the windows which were associated to a specific WebDriver instance. So eventually, if you know this website, this was one of our web browser instance or window, and the second window opened up by clicking this method. Both of these were actually linked to this driver. So this is why once we used quit, it actually closed all the windows associated to that WebDriver instance. So this is the difference between the close method and the quit method. With this, we wrap up with the browser commands and coming up to the next category, that is navigation commands. Just like any browser having navigation buttons for navigating forward, backward or page refresh, WebDriver provides various navigation commands to navigate through the browser. So these are the navigation commands available in Selenium WebDriver, which we'll be looking into one by one. So navigate.to method is used to navigate to a URL. This is exactly similar to get method in WebDriver. This method accepts a string value or a URL value and returns void. Now let's see how this method works in IntelliJ. Let's go back to our IntelliJ. Now we'll go ahead and create a new class, navigation commands. I'll go ahead, copy the browser get Chrome instance method because we'll need that here as well. Let's create a new method, public void tc1 navigate to command. Now we'll take a WebDriver instance as we did earlier. Also, driver is equals to get Chrome instance. Now instead of using driver.get, you can simply use driver.navigate. This holds all the navigation commands. So I'll say driver.navigate.to, which accepts, there are two methods for to. So the first one is URL, which accepts a URL, and the second one which accepts a string value. Both of these methods return voids, that means returns no value. So I'll go ahead, pass a URL or a string of URL. So testing@da.com. Let's try executing this method using right click and run. So as you can see, this was exactly similar to get method. So you can eventually use get method from the browser commands, or you can use navigate to method from the navigation commands to navigate to a URL or probably open a URL. So coming up to the next command, that is navigate.back. This method is used to navigate back in the browser. So you might have seen every browser has forward, backward, refresh buttons available on the browser, which helps you go forward, go backward in a website. So this is how you actually do it in Selenium WebDriver. So this method actually accepts no parameter and returns a void. Let's see how it actually works in Selenium. So let's go back to our IntelliJ. Here I have created another method, that is navigate. So I'll name it as backward, navigate back. So what we'll do is we have taken an instance, Chrome driver instance. I have navigated to a URL. How I'm going to see how it works. So I'll open a Chrome browser and go to practice.testing@da.com. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button. Once I click on this button, you can see this actually opens up testing@da.com website. You can see a browser back button over here. So if I click on this button, it takes me back to the same website from which I went to the main website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate this behavior through Selenium. I'm going to take the XPath for this button. So probably I'll use this link. Okay, so what I'm going to do is driver.find element by, let's say, XPath. This is the A tag and href is testing@da.com. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button. This will actually click on this button and it will take me to the testing@da.com. So I'll add a delay here so we can see what Selenium WebDriver is doing. I'll add 3 seconds delay. Now what I'm going to do is driver.navigate is from where the navigation commands come, .back. This should actually take me back to this practice website. So let's try executing this method using right click and run and see the behavior. Now as you can see, the WebDriver or web browser instance opened up and it opened up my practice website, and clicked on testing@da website, click on back to website button. Once it clicked on back to website button, it opened up our main landing website, that is testing@da.com, and it pressed the back button after that, after 3 seconds of delay, and you can see we are back to the testing@da practice area website. This is what back functionality does. Now we'll replicate this for the forward button also. So once we press the back button, it actually took me to testing@da.com practice website. So what I'll do is add 3 seconds delay again and driver.navigate front or forward. So what it should actually do, if I press this forward button, it is actually taking me to the main website again. So we'll see what Selenium does for this. Let's try executing this method again using right click and run. Okay, so I didn't change the name of the method, so I'll say it as navigate tc3 navigate forward, because we are looking into forward command. Let's try executing this method and see the behavior. So as you can see, the browser instance opened up and it clicked the back to website button. Now it pressed the back button on the browser and forward again. So you can see we are back to the testing Adda website. This is how the forward or the backward button works. Coming up to the next command, that is the last command of navigation commands, that is navigate refresh. This is just to refresh the web page. So we can also test it. This method accepts no parameter and returns void as a value. That means no value. Let's go back to our IntelliJ. This is pretty simple. So what we'll do is @test public void tc4 refresh command. What I'm going to do is driver instance, and second thing, driver.navigate to, I'll open the URL practice.testingadda.com. Now let's try refreshing the web page using driver.navigate.refresh. But before that, we'll add a delay so we can actually see what Selenium WebDriver is doing. So we'll add 5 seconds delay. I'll add the throws statement and try executing this method using right click and run. So as you can see, the browser instance launched again and testing Adda practice website is opened up. There's a 5-second delay. Now you can see after 5 seconds the browser actually reloaded or refreshed. This is how the refresh button actually works. With this, we are completed with browser commands and navigation commands. In our next part, we will be looking into web element commands. So stay tuned. If you like the video, do subscribe and share the video.